Hey, drop. Yeah, hey, drop.
All right, good evening. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Good evening, good evening, good evening. It's your man God of Dots back with another episode of The Audible. You know, your sports breakdown given to you by yours truly. Hope everybody had a good weekend. I know I did. You know, got a chance to kind of kick back, relax. Man, you know, the year going by fast. It's almost middle of June. Jesus Christ. You know, hopefully, you know, be able to get in some vacation time, take some time off, you know, do some stuff with the family and all that good stuff. But yeah, I hope everybody had a good weekend, man. I hope everybody has a good week ahead. Juneteenth next week for those that are interested. Yeah, I might be doing some content in my other realm, in the other space around that time, but you know, stand by for that. But you know, let's kind of get into it, man. You know, game 5, tip off tonight is at 8:30. Ooh, is the finals over tonight? That's the question of the day. Is the finals over tonight? Seems like Miami is pulling out all stops for tonight's game. If you heard, you know, the news on Tyler Hero. He's trying to get cleared for tonight's game 5. As of right now, let me check, because when I checked about an hour or so ago, he was still you know, a game time decision. I don't know if he's going to be. Oh, matter of fact, take that back. It has now been confirmed Tyler Hero is available for tonight's game 5. How much time he plays, I don't know. What kind of shape is he in? I know that he's been practicing. I know that he's been working hard to kind of get back on court after suffering an injury in the first round against the Bucks. How much difference does that make? If he was a fully healthy Tyler Hero, um, it will make a big difference, I would say. And reason being, Miami has fallen victim, you know, guys is not being able to kind of get their own shots, being creators, not only for themselves, but for other people. You know, Miami is kind of boiled down to, you know, Jimmy, go and get yours, and Bam, you know, kind of filling the spaces when you can, as far as like, you know, getting on the glass, getting putbacks, getting, you know, plays done for him off of screens. But if Hero's back, I mean, adds a wrinkle to tonight's game. Like I said, I don't know how much of a difference does it make in the long term. You're down 3-1. I thought, you know, they would, you know, Hero had, like I said, has been practicing, has been working hard to kind of get back on the court. I thought he was going to be back for game 4, considering, you know, what the stakes were. What the stakes were, I thought he was going to be back for game 4, but he's not. But he's back for game 5. I expect him to play 15, maybe 20, 25 minutes tonight. He's obviously got to get back in the game shape, because, you know, practicing, run through drills just ain't the same as far as, you know, being in the game and actually participating and getting that real work on the court is. Dropping down and running the clouds. No, you good, Miss VS. Nobody comes over here. Nobody comes over here. Just, you know, me, the old born God of Dots over here. But I appreciate you coming in as always. It's always love when you in the building. But yeah, Tyler Hero is back for tonight's game 5. Has been confirmed. Tip off is at 8:30 tonight. But the question of the day is the NBA Finals over? How you doing, Miss Murph? How you doing, Miss Murph? Is the NBA Finals over tonight? In my opinion, it is. I think considering what's at stake tonight for Denver, what could potentially we'll talk about what could potentially happen if the Heat win. But I think tonight Denver comes out with the same aggressive mindset that they showed down in Miami, as far as like playing with a sense of urgency, trying to put these guys away. I said it before the series; it was going to be over in 5. I think it's over tonight. Gentlemen sweeping. It's no knock on Miami. Like I said, there's no knock on Miami, but tonight you're gonna get that. You're gonna get that treatment. Give me a sec, y'all.
Bye, Felicia.
There we go. Get the soundboard up and going. Yeah, they're gonna get that by Felicia tonight. I think the series is over. The NBA season is officially quote unquote over tonight. I just don't see Miami. It's not at this point, it's not even a want to compete. It's not even about coaching at this point. I think right now it's just you're seeing a clear talent gap. You're seeing a clear talent gap if you're basing it off how everybody's kind of played this series. Top 2 players have been Jokic and Murray. Bam comes in at 3rd. Jimmy maybe at 4th, but I can make a case and I can make an argument for Aaron Gordon being the 5th best player in this series so far. Right now, it's a talent gap. It's a talent gap, and it's no knock on Miami. You play with what you have. It got you through the Eastern Conference. You had some breaks, but you got you through the Eastern Conference. But you just don't have the talent to compete with Denver. I said, last game, your approach should have been let Yoke get his, kind of keep him out of the mix. They did a pretty good job with that, but just the others got going. Aaron Gordon, big game. KCP, nice numbers. Bruce Brown came in, gave him quality minutes. It's just a talent gap, and it's just a talent gap. And there's no knock on Miami. No knock on Miami. I don't want to sound like a Miami hater. This should be a last game. Now I will say this, because I like to play devil's advocate. I did have the Nuggets in 5. Tonight is game 5, but let's play devil's advocate. If Miami somehow comes up to Denver and wins tonight, now I'm not going to say they're going to win the series, but I think that puts a little bit more pressure on Denver. So I think Miami, if they win tonight, they go back down to Miami, have some confidence going into game 6. Maybe Tyler Hero is the spark plug that they needed to kind of get over the hump, because offensively they've looked average. But they look like they looked throughout the regular season. It's one, Miami wasn't one of the best teams going through the regular season. Definitely wasn't one of the best offenses. Pretty good defensive team, but you can't score. I think the last 3 games, 93, 94, 95 points. That's not going to cut it in today's NBA. If you're scoring that much during today's NBA, it's a bad game. It's a bad game considering how the rules have been kind of tweaked for the offense to be increased. But I think if Miami is able to pull it off tonight, and that's a long gift. I'm not picking Miami to win tonight. I got Denver closing it out, end of the season off on a good strong note. But if Miami is able to win tonight, game 6 becomes a whole lot more interesting, because at this point, Miami has to kind of look at it like this. You wasn't the favorites coming into this series. You wasn't even the favorites coming into the playoffs. For the most part, you've been playing with house money. You've been playing with house money. And if you're able to go up to Denver tonight, steal game 5, stretch this series back out to a game 6 down in Miami, you have to have that mindset. We're playing with house money. Let it all hang out. Whatever you need to do, Spoelstra, as far as with guys' minutes, how you doing your offense, maybe throw some more wrinkles at them defensively. I don't know what you do, but it's do or die. It's no tomorrow. It's no we're gonna look forward to another game. The season is over, so might as well throw caution to the wind. That's why I think they kind of held out on Tyler Hero. Like I said, he's been working out pretty much since the Boston series. I started hearing reports of him, kind of getting back out there on the court, working with the hand injury, but he is in effect going to be in the lineup at some point tonight. How effective he is, I don't know. But I think, with the healthy Tyler Hero, this would have been a much more competitive series, but I still would have had Denver winning this series. It's just this is a talent gap, man. It's a talent gap, and it's nothing Miami can really do about it. But pray that Yoke has an off night. Jamal Murray kind of goes cold. What's going on, Spot? Jamal Murray goes cold. Aaron Gordon misses layups. I mean, you're banking on a lot of stuff to happen tonight for Miami to win. Miami, even when they shoot a pretty decent percent from the three, I mean, they got to go bonkers. I mean, they got to come out here, shoot maybe 55%, maybe hit about 20 plus threes to really make this a game. I just don't see it happening. Not considering how they played. They won game 2, but they could have easily lost game 2. It's nothing. It's nothing to hang their hat on with that game 2 win, because it wasn't like you won by a comfortable margin. It wasn't like you look impressive in the win, because you almost lost. You was a Jamal Murray 3-pointer away from going to overtime, considering how bad Denver had played that game and considering how hot you was, and you barely got out of there. So, like tonight, for my opinion, the finals is over. We're going to get into some more NBA news. I don't want to harp on it too much because, tip-off is at 8:30. I want to kind of get in, take in the festivities, watch the game, watch, the post game. I think it's going to be an awesome scene in Denver, winning the NBA championship. I know it's been talk going around, especially with certain people, is this the beginning of a Denver dynasty? I'm not going to go that far. Because, I'm going to keep it 1,000. They wasn't a favorite going into the playoffs. So I can't say dynasty. Yeah, I'm not going to go that far. But into some more NBA news, it's been reported that the Houston Rockets are looking to make some major moves this offseason. It's been reported that they have shown interest if James Harden wants to reunite with the Houston Rockets. And it has been, kind of leaked out there that Houston, if they can't get James Harden to come in, it's been talks of getting Kyrie Irving to come in. Now, I like Kyrie as a player. I think he's, one of the best ball handlers I've ever seen, but it's no way I'm bringing Kyrie into Houston. I mean, seriously, Houston management, no way. No.
Bruh.
No. Why would you bring Kyrie, a guy that has, since he's left LeBron? Let's start there. Since he's left LeBron, supposedly he wanted to go to Boston, be his own man, be a leader of a team, and was out of there before you could say, fish grease. Was out of there. They played better without him in Boston. They took off. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that too, Spot, because I got some more information on the story, and I was like, oh man, Zion, God, these NBA players, man, living out they wild Pornhub fantasies, man. But back to the Rockets, and then we're gonna jump into the Zion news and possibly the Ja Morant news that'll be coming down in about the next week or so. No way, Houston. I'm honestly, being honest with you, Houston, I wouldn't even be entertaining the idea of bringing in a James Harden or bringing in a Kyrie. Yeah, it makes your team marginally better, but I think you need to continue with the format that you're going with. Build through the draft, build young, entice free agents that can play good basketball. They know how to play good basketball. You got guys that are ready to expand their offensive games, become more focal points of the offense. Jalen Green, I think he's on the cusp of if Houston has a pretty good season next year, could possibly be looked at as an all-star. Kevin Porter Jr., Kenyon Martin Jr., you have nice pieces there. Jalen Smith, you have nice pieces in Houston. Continue to build through that model. Oklahoma City has kind of shown you the new wave of the NBA as far as like how to build teams. I think Oklahoma City will be a much better team next year. Get guys young, go through the growing pains. It's not like Houston has been championship material over the past couple of years. So if I'm them, I'm not even entertaining a James Harden or Kyrie, come in and they have the money, they have the cap space, but I'm not entertaining those guys. Those guys don't put me over the hump. I mean, you add Kyrie. Is Houston a currently as constituted? Is that a play-in team? I'm not even talking about a playoff team. Are they a play-in team? And in my opinion, no. And the same goes with James Harden. Now, I'm pretty sure that Houston is looking to make a splash this offseason. Kind of put themselves back on the map for possible free agent destinations because they do have the cap space to do it. They do have young talent. My opinion is this: cultivate the young talent that you have, build through the draft. If you're going to bring in guys through free agency, bring in guys that complement the guys that you already have. Jalen Green, like I said, is on the Cubs. If anybody's watched him play, dude has a nice offensive game. Nice offensive game. Why take touches away from him to bring in a Kyrie or a James Harden? I think Jalen Smith is ready to possibly have a better season than he had his rookie year. Porter Jr., Kenyon Martin Jr. I think these guys have with the playing time that they've got, I think they'll be a much better team. Why bring in a guy such as James Harden or Kyrie who doesn't make those guys better? Those guys, that's your core. It's kind of the reason why Oklahoma City is kind of resisted trying to bring in free agents or trying to trade. They have a multitude of picks in Oklahoma City. They can really make deals with anybody. But they've kind of stayed away from it, built through the draft. You got Shea out there, you got Giddey. Chet Holmgren be back next year. It's a nice squad out there in Oklahoma City. So Houston, take that model. Now, as far as Zion Williamson, those who are not aware, Zion Williamson over the past, I want to say, was it a week or so, week and a half? Him and his girlfriend announced, pregnancy. Congratulations to him for doing that. That's a good look. For any man, athlete be damned, but that's a good look. You got a baby on the way. You seem like you're in give it up for him. Seems like he's in a pretty good space with his girlfriend, but the news has come out that Zion has been having, I wouldn't even call it extramarital affairs, but is having a very intimate relationship with known porn star Mariah Mills, who I had to research because I didn't know she was that age. She's 32. Pretty much older, a large age gap. But you're an NBA player, so you have access to stuff. Now, I don't know how they cross paths. Allegedly the story has been he was in the DMs. That's how they got the relationship kind of started. And they, at that point, they, according to her and according to the DMs that she's kind of released, they have gotten to an intimate relationship, have had unprotected sex, and she's alleging now that she's missed her period. So I mean, these NBA players, man, like I know you have and I can't fault them. I can't fault them. I mean, because how many young men now, we're like 25 and under, here we are, we're millionaires, we have the world at our feet, have the world at our beck and call, and women that they may have fantasized about, had wild thoughts about, and all of a sudden you have access to them. All of a sudden you have access to them. So I mean, this is not that big of a news. It's no Miss VS, she's a known porn star, no knock on the porn stars, do your thing. It is a profession. For the uneducated, that they are classified as sex workers, but man, I just when you circle, man, you would think, man, these guys would have a circle to say, now we know about her, we heard about her. I mean, and it's not to say that these are the women that are in the porn industry, they're bad people. I'm not saying that at all. But when you become an NBA player, you become a professional athlete, period. And this goes for a lot of professions. You become a business upon yourself, and you can't find yourself necessarily associating with people of ill reputation, ill repute. I just yeah, he should have listened to Mr. Obatalik shake. Yeah, business before back shots. I mean, and you're talking about bringing up, first of all, let's talk about that. You bringing a child into the world, but this, you have no intentions of obviously being with this woman, and she's a legend. I'm just gonna say a legend because it has been proven she's a legend, that you guys have a very intimate relationship, and she may be pregnant herself. I mean, these guys, man. That's why you would think PJ Washington a couple of years ago would have been like the wake up call for some of these young NBA players who don't know the pitfalls of associating with them kind of women. You would think, but nah, I guess not. When your hormones are racing, like I said, you have access to these people. When you have access to these people, because you have money, you're a name, you're a household name. I can say, the basketball player Zion, and people automatically know who you are, what you look like, what your game kind of is. I mean, you're a household name. I mean, it's like saying who Ja is, who Ja Morant is, and people automatically know, because they see you guys on the news. You're all over TV, you're all over commercials. So hopefully for him, it works out. Like I said, you announced the coming of one baby, you may be announcing the coming of two. Yeah, two in the same year. Yeah, Miss VS. Yeah, Miss V. I mean, not like I said, I can't be mad at them. I mean, because if you're 21, 22, 23, you coming into money. I mean, you have access to people that the average Joe just doesn't have access to. The average Joe is, for the most part, it's not going to be able to be getting into intimate relationship with celebrities. It just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen that way. The average guy, with a decent 9 to 5, maybe bringing home 40, 50K a year, is not getting access. And I don't care how much they hate beautiful in the DMs, they're not getting access to certain people. I mean, they're just not. They're not. You're not even on their radar. She can't. I know she's not going to come out and tell a lie. I didn't have no idea that he was a basketball player. Like, child, please. Now you may have got away with that, maybe with PJ Washington, because he's a borderline starter for the Hornets. You may have got away with that. But yeah, 18 years. I mean, but like I said, your circle, it comes back down to your circle. Like, I know you don't want people all into your private business. You're a young man, millionaire, got the world at your fingertips. You don't want people, telling you what you can or can't do because you think you know it all. I mean, but your circle, like, man, you run that by your circle, like, yo, man, porn star such and such, in the DMs, man, she talking spicy, boy. Why, I would, nah, leave that alone. Like I said, and there's nothing wrong with her occupation. Her occupation is her occupation. It's entirely legal in America, so I can't knock it, but like, nah, you stand, financially, you stand to lose more than gain from having her on your arm. I mean, she's a well-known porn star, but nah, bro, you can leave that alone. But we'll see how the story kind of plays out. She's been kind of Miss BS said the ladies know players, starters to bench. Yeah, I mean, I believe they do. They know, who's who. I mean, but I think a lot of times, when you see these interactions between NBA players and some of these women, it'd be the NBA player be the one to be with the thirst. Get that man a cup of water. These are the ones to be the one with the thirst. Like, it's not like, they're hitting him up in the DM and trying to set up trips, and it'd be the players. So I can't fault them for looking how they look, and and these guys going for it, because a lot of times it's them. Like, yeah, it's a lot of professional athletes. There's a lot of regular dudes, that would love, to have a quote unquote intimate relationship with some of these women, but Nah. I mean, it be the players be initiating the contact. It ain't the women. So I don't fault them. I don't fault them. I'm pretty sure, in her lane, she's run across different actors that have, possibly tried to pursue her. Um, Not just basketball players, football players, maybe baseball players. I mean, we'll never know. I mean, we'll never know until something like this happens. Like I had no idea that they even, was intimate. Hell, they didn't even knew each other. Like it's no public photos of them in Nobu, eating or stuff like that. So I'm trying to be nice on your corporate page, but I don't give a damn. Hey, don't bust it. That's player 101. Like, if you ain't trying to wife a man, your pull out game. First, you should be strapped anyway. Um, and that's just this, consider, not to say she got anything, but to consider the line of work she's in, um, she's at higher risk than most women. I would say that, even though it's a lot of heavy testing in that industry. I mean, you've seen people, you know, get that package over there. So, don't. But I mean, it's too late now, Miss VS. It's too late now. He's already gone down that. I haven't really heard any reports from his camp disputing those claims. Not sure how far back that quote unquote intimate relationship goes, but I mean, it's NBA news, and speaking of NBA news, with the finals possibly being over tonight, I know Adam Silver had released a statement a couple weeks ago. They were waiting to the season was over to kind of make a decision on Ja Morant. The speculation is he's looking at possibly 30 games plus. I'm thinking maybe Ja gets yeah, he needs to get the DNA. I'm just saying, but with Ja Morant, the news is going to come down possibly half a game suspension. I don't think the NBA is buying that. That was a toy gun in the video, and I think Ja Morant is about to be made an example of, to players, and not just in the NBA. I think it's going to be an example to players in a lot of other um, spaces that you have to be careful what you're doing on social media when you're doing it on social media. As far as like the NFL is concerned with social media, I remember Antonio Brown getting into a lot of trouble by going live in the locker room when Mike Tomlin was kind of going off. Like I know these guys, they're just like the average person. They're really into clicks and views and likes and growing their subs. I mean, it's kind of like a thing for them. Um, more so with professional athletes than the average person. Because they think, I have X amount of subscribers that makes me marketable to X amount of people. Whatever weird logic that is. Social media is no joke, but I don't think Adam Silver is buying. You think he's going to get a whole season spot? I don't know. I think the early reports are what's been leaked out is kind of like 30 games. I'm thinking half the season. I don't think you're going to ban him for the whole season. Considering that technically he didn't commit a crime. He didn't commit anything that led to any kind of charges or any kind of litigation. Um, it's a bad look more than anything else, but it's nothing he did on a video that's illegal. And nothing that the NBA can go out and prove. I mean, if his camp is saying it was a toy gun, I mean, at this point, you got to kind of take it at face value. I'm not sure how deep the investigation is into the Ja Morant situation, but I don't think the NBA is wasting that kind of resources to find out. It's a toy gun. Do you need, are you going to produce it? Like, really? Like I said, he hasn't been charged. He committed no crime. Just committed a crime in the court of public opinion, as far as like, considering what his history was this past season and what it caused, what it cost this team in the long run. Is you think Ja Morant's situation didn't affect how the Grizzlies season kind of ended? It did. It did, and we're talking about in the win-loss column. in the win-loss column. It really affected them. Yeah, Miss VS, no gunplay on social media. Miss Murph says social media is a gift and a curse. One day folks will realize real life trumps social media. Yeah. I mean, for him, like I said, he's on live, his boys on live. I mean, I'm suspicious of, y'all that know, y'all know I'm married. I'm suspicious my wife coming around me with the phone. So I'm like, look here. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? Like, because she's into the making videos and the TikToks and stuff. I'm not really into that. I'd rather just get on here and run my mouth. But I'm wary of people, hey, come on and take a picture. Like, I'm not really a picture taking type person with that. But you got some people, they live for that. I'm going live, going live from here. You see them on your Facebook, you see them on your Instagram. These folks are always going live, and they're not even really doing it. They're probably sitting there eating a damn club sandwich or somewhere, and they just got to be. I mean, social media is a monster. Social media is a monster. I mean, y'all know. Yeah, come on now. Don't tell too much, folks. Huh? Yes, I've never been worried. Never been worried. Never been worried. My life is what my life is. So, if you're doing that much digging, trust me, that it ain't nothing to see. It ain't nothing to find. But that's those from the other realm. I doubt they know I'm over here more so. I mean, some people do, but those that do, they're not going back to report. He's over there doing this, and trust me, this is not interesting conversation for them. They're not going to be interested in this. If you weren't a fan before, you ain't a fan now. So I'm not worried about that at all. But social media, man. And the NBA and esports leagues, they do social media training, but these guys just like it goes one in and out the other. Yeah, one day they'll learn. One day they'll learn. Do it for the gram. I ain't gonna do it. But let me kind of get up out of here because tip off is game is about to start. Could be the end. I want to kind of soak it up. I predict Denver wins tonight, gentlemen. Sweep. No, not the Miami. Good run, but you just ran into a way better team. So before I gotta get up out of here, with the season ending possibly tonight, may or may not be going live for the rest of the week because I've been kind of working on putting my stuff together for the upcoming NFL season. Still working on some videos, working on some scripts and stuff like that. So we're going to be rolling that out. As far as like the NBA news that comes out, if it's big news, of course I'll report on it and I'll set up a show, report on it and do that. But as far as like the daily, with the NBA over, the NFL just kind of getting back started. I'm not really into baseball like that enough to be doing live streams on it. I'll be kind of on a break so that it give me a chance to kind of get ready to roll out the NFL content that'll be coming out. Appreciate everybody for sharing, subscribing to content, showing up the chats, watching, or listening to little old me. It is very much appreciated. It's always appreciated on this side. We'll see you on the up. Yeah, I'll be putting up the upload. Yeah, I'm gonna work on it. I'm going to work on it. When I come, put it like this: when I come back from my short hiatus, I will have kind of like an outro catchphrase. I'm working on it. I'm actually going to work on it. We will, like I said, making some changes to the channel. Going into another direction, and I like spending more time over here than over in the other realm at this point, anyway. So I mean, get ready for a lot of stuff coming out over here. I'm very excited for it and looking forward to it, and then let y'all show see my work and hopefully my growth. But anyway, still no outro, but I'm out.